This mission is a consultative mission. I'm moving around the country to consult our people after what happened in Addis Ababa. I am thanking them for standing with me during the period of the campaign, for giving me both moral and spiritual support in that enterprise. And I'm also using it to explain to them the problems that we are facing as Africans in this continent, and also the causes of those problems and the possible solutions to those problems. What I intended to do, which I hope that whoever is now successful is going to do, to follow. I would say that this continent has got a big future if we can be able to exploit the potential that we have. One, Africa is the richest continent on the planet Earth in terms of natural resources. Secondly, Africa is now also endowed with young and very intelligent and energetic youth. Africa is the youngest continent today because 70% of the population of Africa is below the age of 35. This can be a big blessing to the continent. If these youth are properly empowered in terms of knowledge acquisition, training, and given requisite skills, they can be an immense source of wealth creation for the people of Africa. This situation happens in most of African countries. But today, most of our youth are unemployed. Most of them, in some places, youth are trying to leave the continent to go to greener pastures in Europe. Some of them are drowning in the Mediterranean. We want to reverse this and create a more conducive environment within our continent. We want to give our Kenyan youth access to technology, access to the internet, so that they can be able to create wealth using the artificial intelligence that we have today. This is very important. We also want to ensure that we create a more democratic society, that we create a society that is tolerant. We don't want to see people being denied their rights to associate, the right to protest. We also do not want to see people being abducted, youth being abducted, held in torture chambers, tortured, some of them are killed. That is a primitive society that we don't want to see in our country. We also want to see a society where there's fairness in terms of resource allocation. We want resources to be allocated fairly and equitably across the whole country, that every region gets their fair share, and then the communities also are treated equally, so that if there's employment opportunities, all the communities should benefit. Some communities should not be excluded because they did not vote for this government or this government or this party. We also want to see that our medical system is improved. The government is trying to introduce this, what they call SHA. This is not working, but I know that there are countries where this system is working. If it is properly implemented, it will be a game changer in our society. Then there's also the issue of infrastructure generally, which we want the government to address in our country. This has not been addressed properly, but this can be addressed. Devolution was enshrined in the new constitution in order to ensure that there's more equitable service delivery across the country. it is not being properly implemented. Devolution is being undermined today. That's why we blame the leadership of the counties, but they're not getting requisite resources that they need to implement development in the counties. We must increase the allocation of resources to the counties. We need to release functions which were already devolved constitutionally to the counties. In terms of health, don't keep so much money in Nairobi. Release the money to come down to the counties. In terms of roads, release the money to the counties. I see members of parliament even saying they don't want even counties to get road maintenance levy fund, that the MPs want to be the ones who are doing it. Shame on them. You want the devolved systems to be allowed to operate, but with the proviso that they are accountable. Today, the current expenditure of the counties is much bigger in proportion to development expenditure. This is because less resources are coming from up. But once this is secured, I'm also proposing that we introduce performance contracting, both for the national government and for the county governments, so that it can be all be evaluated on an annual basis, and we see which countries have done well and those countries that have not done well. These are some of the things that we want to see happen. If there's a kind of agreement and we come to an understanding some of these issues, then we'll go forward. I came here to consult with my people about going forward in our country. As you know that we are today at a crossroads. I've listened very carefully to views that have been expressed by those who are here. And I can say that these people have given me a carte blanche. That is a blank check. They have said that they have faith in what we are going to do, and that they will support what we want to do because they know that it's going to be in the interest of our people. They're not going to betray our people in whatever we do. What we do must be something that is done in the best interest of the people of Kenya. Kenya first. Kenya hoye. Kenya hoye. Migori hoye. Migori hoye. Asante sana.